reading is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. Keep in mind that the energies do go both ways, so feel free to interpret the direction of the messages as the best resonate with your own personal situation. Also, I am selecting people for free personal readings. Keep watching to know how to get selected. Now let's see what messages we have for you, Cancer. All right. In the middle of the reading, we have two queens, the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups. This is the main energy, the main event happening here. And it's clearly a very powerful conversation. Often with Queen energy, you see people talking about things and really trying to get to a point where that conversation can improve things or bring some sort of clarity. What I love about the Queen energy is that it's never passive aggressive, it's never energy wasted, doing things that are not going to take you anywhere. This is talking, is making sure that we fix the little things so that we can achieve big results. Right here, you have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups. Definitely two different types of energies, two different types of approach as well. You know that this is going to be powerful because when this is going to happen, there is going to be compassion, love, but at the same time, trying to go straight to the point and truly understand what is happening here in this situation. We will see what that conversation will be about. In your focus position, doesn't surprise me, the Moon. You just don't know what's happening here. You are looking for answers. You're trying to understand what really is going on here so that you can decide what to do in the future, how to move forward perhaps. This is not something that you just want to let go of, something that will solve itself. No, there is a need to talk, there is a need to understand the situation. In fact, there is a need to bring light into this environment. Now, what we see right here is clearly something that can be frustrating to you, because when you don't know what's happening, that blocks your movement as well, and you might feel stuck there, as though you cannot walk anywhere. You are instead floating in that water, and that is also not making you excited about the situation at all. In fact, right here we have another queen, the Queen of Wands, and you clearly want to at least have someone who is honest about how they feel and about what they want to do. You know, at times we run into issues and we really become passive towards those issues, and we wait for things to work themselves out. And right here, that's exactly what is not sitting well with you. You don't want for this person to think that just because there is silence and just because the two of you might not be talking about this, that everything will be fine at the end. Right here with the Moon and the cards that are clarifying that energy, you're really trying to get out of an internal conflict as well, and then the outside conflict too, trying to bring clarity overall, trying to bring the truth into the situation. In your past position, you have the Star. I see that here you really hoped for the best. You had a lot of expectations over the situation, right? You have seen it as something that could have really evolved into a beautiful outcome, into a beautiful future, perhaps together. It gave you hope, and it made you feel as though that connection was going to be there for a very long time. You know, when someone makes you feel the star energy, yeah, my God, the Three of Swords. When someone makes you feel the star energy, it makes you see them in a very special way, as though they are rare, unique, as though you will never feel that way ever again. But then, of course, things might have not turned out in the way you were hoping for. And this Three of Swords right here talks to us about a time of disappointment. Something you've seen in this person that all of a sudden made you realize that they were not the person that you hoped for them to be. And so right here we see definitely a lot of movement, perhaps someone a little impulsive who decided to move quickly into a situation that instead needed more time to be thought over, to be overall analyzed in a deeper manner. And right here we see how that ending, perhaps that ended quick, it's going to be reevaluated by a conversation here where the true intentions will be revealed. In your strength position, Page of Swords, knowledge seeker, trying to understand the situation better from a very logical standpoint. You know, at times, especially when we don't know something, we start becoming somewhat emotional. We start playing movies in our head, thinking that we can find the truth just by imagining different scenarios and different outcomes. But right here, your strength will be in looking at the facts and really trying to understand what has happened and why it has happened. Weakness position, Ace of Cups. You know, I feel like you really wear your heart on your sleeve. And that is beautiful, Cancer. That is absolutely amazing. But you have to make sure that you do it with the right people. And sometimes, even if the person is the right person to do this, there are times when that's still not a good idea with that specific person. Let me explain that better. We see right here that this connection, when it started, it really made you feel as though you could be honest and transparent. And that was true. But depending on how the energies evolve, you need to make sure that you protect yourself and that you don't just push yourself into a situation that can hurt you, that can bring you to that Three of Swords. And so right here, at this moment in time, even though this might be the right person, as we see here in the hidden energies, right now, don't put yourself out there too much. Don't try too hard to make this conversation happen. Just let it happen, because this is the time for them to do something about this, not you. You're always there, ready to try, ready to fix things, and you are a beautiful person. And you deserve now for this person to do that for you. And you know what? They are absolutely going to. We've seen this conversation right here, but in the hidden energies, there is also a very important message here, Cancer. The Ten of Cups. A situation that you thought it was over. A situation that you thought it was never going to be able to be fixed. In the future, instead, it's going to transform into a happily ever after with the Ten of Cups. Right now, you feel that the two of you might never be able to rebuild what was destroyed there with the Tower. But from what we see in the hidden energies position, there is actually a lot more going to happen in the future between the two of you. And the most important thing that you see here is the harmony, is how the two of you are actually able to balance each other. And perhaps you didn't even know that, because this person, maybe they really used a lot of your energy and patience. Instead, here we see how things are going to work out in the future. And I'm really curious to see what this conversation is about, because we know that this is the turning point which will take you from the confusion and the frustration to instead this beautiful, amazing future together. So let's clarify for a second this Queen of Swords and Queen of Cups. What is this conversation going to be about? Okay. Well, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. The two of you are recognizing each other. In a way, you are seeing the other person almost like for the first time. You're seeing things in the other person. You will see things in the other person after this conversation happens that maybe you didn't know were there. There is a side of this person which will come up, which will make you see how stable, grounded, and reliable they can actually be. There is a practical side of the events coming up, which is going to make you understand that this doesn't have to be just a dream or a fantasy. There's actually enough energy to transform it into reality. In this conversation, the two of you will be very practical. Okay, back to that Page of Swords, right? We definitely have high emotions running into this conversation, but at the same time, you want to get somewhere. And that is the new thing here. Because you've talked before, perhaps. But this time, it feels like this conversation is not just to let out frustration, to let out anger and sadness. No, it's to make a plan. All right, this is what has happened in the past. This is how I feel today. And this is what I would love for us to achieve in the future. Are we going to do that? And if yes, how are we going to do that? It's going to be very practical. And I do believe that that's the type of energy that was missing here. But keep in mind that this is not just sitting down and writing a contract and signing it. No, this brings a lot of passion as well. Sometimes, in fact, sadness and anger and frustration hides the passion that someone has for you, because now they're spending that energy into other things. Right now, instead, once things got clarified, we see how the two of you are going back to fire, back to having fun together. Definitely a lot of passion right there, a lot of desire. And we see that once you solve this blocker right here, things are going to improve majorly. But let's see how this person truly feels right now and what happened in the past that caused these issues. Let's see what their true intentions are, and let's see how this relationship, this connection is going to evolve after this conversation takes place. Let's also dive deeper into the conversation itself and see what is going to be said right there that is going to be so powerful that is going to change the outcome of the relationship completely with the Ten of Cups. Let's see what's coming up for you. If you want to dive deeper into the messages, just follow me in the extended video link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every week, I randomly select viewers that have watched the extended video to offer them a free personal 30-minute reading. I send out emails every Monday morning. Make sure to check out your spam folder as well. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Cancer. This was definitely a reading that talks about a turning point. Things have been in a certain way and they're going to change because of this conversation right here. We see how the two of you feel almost destined to be together. Oh my God, the lovers right there. Wow, that just gave me goosebumps. This talks about two people destined to be together. We see how the magic is going to come up for the two of you once again. But there is a but. We need to understand how this conversation can potentially change things, and if the two of you will truly be able to reach this Ten of Cups energy and potential that we have right here. How do you bring this Ten of Cups, which now is in the hidden energies, up to the surface so the two of you can truly enjoy this amazing connection? Now, let's focus immediately on this conversation. Let's see what the two of you are actually going to talk about. What was the issue and how you feel for each other, but especially let's see what this person's intentions at this moment in time are. Let's start with clarifying the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups. Okay. All right. There is a clear message right here, right in the middle. And this person is saying, look,